Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Monday, October the 13th, 2025. Looking at this DC Superpowers Sea-Saucer Black Manta's Mobile Headquarters by McFarlane Toys. I've got 3 of these Superpowers vehicles, or vehicles from the Superpowers line. The Brainiac Skull Ship, well, a couple of those. I got the Bug, which is excellent. I love the Bug. The Skull Ship's pretty cool. Now I picked this one up, so I haven't seen this one anywhere else. So I thought, ooh, didn't know this one existed. So I've obviously been not paying attention closely. Looks pretty cool. It's going to be, the box is smaller than I was hoping for. And it says saucer assembly, so wings, tail, and is that fish torpedoes or bombs or something? Oh, on the back. Press to open cockpit, shark torpedoes, seats one figure, something more than one, and 3 free spinning propellers linked to the wheels or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to open this up, set it up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. And here it is. It does look pretty cool, but it's like all the Superpower stuff. It gives you the impression of being cheap, even though it looks pretty cool. There are things I don't like, and you can see from the side here that it's not, what's the word? It's not a complete wing, it's like a hollow wing, sort of thing that Chat May does, and hollow there. Much rather that was sort of complete and filled in a bit more light on it. You see the little shark submarines there, and the propellers. Obviously there's no wheels for it to turn around, just free moving into that, but the engine also. It'd be nice if there was some sort of mechanism to make the props and that turn around. The shark torpedoes, again, nice, pretty cool in sort of a thinking. A bit hard to take out by having, there we go. But again, they're hollow. Why would you make them hollow? No, have them full. You know, so if they're going to come out like this, it seems a bit strange that they'd come out that way, upside down, and be hollow. It will come out and then turn over to go that way. So I'd much rather them full and then sort of this way, as opposed to upside down and hollow. 4 screws would be quite easy to take apart. You have to assemble the wings. This one's a bit looser than that one. You push into 2 holes with 2 pegs, and its tail section looks pretty good. And the cockpit is just a press button which opens really nicely. See inside, some stickers on there, and there's a sort of an Aquaman thing on there. No real details, but it's quite a lot of space. That should fit the majority of your 1/18 scale figures, unless they're incredibly broad. So let me try a big figure first. I'll use a Mr. Freeze. This is Mattel did these, as I remember rightly. He is massive for 1/18 scale. He's not got his backpack. This one I got second about a backpack. He's got huge feet. In fact, I don't think he'll fit. I think his feet are going to be way too big. Yeah, his feet are just too big to fit underneath him. His legs don't go really close. Ooh, I'm telling a lie. Okay, if I take the gun out of his hand, I am telling a lie. Even this big chunky ass figure here. Oh, so close. That is really, really close to fitting in. And he's huge. It's the width on these parts, whatever they are. I'll call them rebreathers. The width on those parts, which is really preventing from fitting in. But that is a good sign, because he is big. If I get Fortnite Jonesy, Space Jonesy, this should be relatively easy. It's not a bit upset. Since he's a lot shorter, smaller, not as broad. Yeah, look at that. That's easy. He is in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If I get, let's take another Mr. Freeze. Different one. He's broader, but again, he's short. Look at that. Loads of space in there. So it seems to be, if they're too broad, like you can't get their shoulders down, you're going to struggle to get them in. But otherwise, if you can slide them down, I mean, look how much foot space. That footwell is ridiculous. Even if they're quite tall, as long as they're slender, they'll fit in easily. And it's a really, really nice opening mechanism on that cockpit. I was really hoping it to be a bit like the Bug, where you could, you know, there's more opportunities to fit 2 seats or 3, 4 seats in this one. Not really, unless you've got tiny figures. It reminds me of one of those G.I. Joe Cobra mini subs. Was it a Manta sub or Ray sub or Manta? I can't remember. I saw one the other day. I might have picked that up. See how that compares. But yeah, this is decent for what it is. You know, it's not great, but it's quite nice. It almost match. Well, it needs to make it darker to match a G.I. Joe sort of a Cobra Viper blue, but it's not a bad little toy. Quite like that. Not the best buy I've done, but it's okay. Let's just have a quick measurement and then compare to figures outside and then to another vehicle. So tip to tail is around about 11 inches, about 28 centimeters. Width is around about 9.5 inches, around about 24 centimeters. And height to the highest point, we're looking at about 3.25, 8.5 centimeters approximately. So we've seen figures inside. Let's get a regular side figure outside. Use Jonesy again. See, that is actually quite short, not very tall. Put them near the back, it looks slightly better. In fact, the back's probably higher than the front. Should measure from the back. It looks okay there. It will work. I've got a really nice Chap May research, or it's a Coast Guard ship. I think it's a research vessel. I'll put a link in the top right. That could work with that, possibly, because it's relatively small. It's quite nice. Okay, then one more thing. I'll compare it with a Star Trek Next Generation shuttle. And we see how it scales, even though they're both sci-fi, obviously way different in terms of the time or the year, but see how it scales with the vehicle as well. It's okay, you know. It's not the best money I've spent by a long way, and certainly not the worst money I've spent by a long way too. And it's got a nice sort of shape to it. I have been looking at the Aquaman, the Black Manta submarine from the Aquaman movie that I've got on Amazon, but it's like, I don't know. Okay, this is Awesome Toy signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon. I'll see you in another video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.